Welcome to part 15. In this part we're gonna continue working on our baby hairs. So I think the transparency from the sides is good, like this. But I think once we look at it like this, it's too much. So I'm just gonna go to fiber shop. This one. Go ahead and pick it up. So, not easy. Lop as well. And over here, let's change the thickness to like 0.5. 0.05. So they're gonna be really fine and thin. It's kinda annoying that we have to open it now. Maybe we can try to change that. So let's see if that worked. Yep, that worked. Great. And now over here. Let's take all these ones in the middle. Now let's just move this over. So that's looking better. Let's do the same for here. That one, no. I know we have one here in the middle, but I'm gonna keep that one thicker. That's just gonna blend them and have some variation. That's okay. Actually, yeah, let's undo that, what we just did. I want to make sure that I only do the lower row. And maybe we'll do the one in the middle as well, but for now let's only do the lower ones. Let's take a look at the difference. Yeah, I think that helps quite a lot. And I think we can keep the top ones really thick. The middle ones, I mean. Go ahead and bring some more variation in the rotations. gonna stick some thin ones in here to fluff it up a little bit. Let's go with 3. We can separate the clumps out a little bit to make some different looks. Let's go ahead and organize this a little better. This one should be out of the middle. There should be engaged right. Again, just like we're doing with the ponytail, I'm filling up some of that empty space. So like one that's a bit bigger. Just want to blend it in here as well. One more. We have quite a lot of empty space here. Let's go ahead and see how that looks. I think we're gonna move some down a little bit. Now I want to add some of those like details. So now it's just one noisy fluffy mess. We should fix that. First let's delete these. Let's get rid of that one. And just do a duplicate. This just so we can kinda better see how everything's looking, as Mama said. That's pretty nice. We also need to fix this. This has a lot of empty space. See how we want to do that. I don't really feel like going in there and editing that, so we're gonna do that with some transitional cards later. So for now, let's continue doing our baby hairs, and we got some nice fluffy details here. And I want to make sure that I'm gonna add the same fluffiness to the back here. See, the polygon's getting quite high here though. So we're definitely gonna go in and make it lower later. We're gonna add like the thick ones later. First I wanna make everything fluffy on the back as well, because I think that's more important for now. Let's call this back. Let's get all these and group it and call it fluffy. So let's go ahead and try to make that fuzzy feeling happen. Gonna start off right here. I think the easiest way is to just make this card bigger. And use the thinner UVs, the thinner hair strands. I want to capture that curvature here. But over here, let's make sure to follow the flow. This doesn't really need to be perfect because you're not gonna see it with how thin the hairs are on top of the other ones. Just put some effort into kinda matching it, right? Make sure these have like that you can clearly see them from the sides, because these have a lot of like open space. Not sure if that's the right word, but just put some effort into getting nice roots. And I think these clumps are gonna add like a lot of subtle nice details. At least I hope they do. Let's go ahead and take a look. So before, see how many do we add? We have them say all on the same layer. It's annoying. So we can check it by UV editor and see where we change. So these. Let's call this first curve. And I like to split it all up into groups, so it will be easy to reduce the poly count later on. So before, and our after. See that we have some nice fuzziness. I think that works pretty well. Go ahead and remove this. Let's call this actually fluffy. Gotta combine this and right. And L for left. Now let's go ahead and mix those fluffy hairs in with these hair strands. Let's call this group blend hairs. Gonna make a duplicate and make these thick again. Nah, not really liking those, how they look. Let's get one where we didn't mess with the shape yet. think that one looks nice. Let's go ahead with this one. And again, I'm just doing this so we'll get a bit more fluffy and it's gonna blend in better together, the different clumps. And these don't need to be perfect. As long as you just get some fluff in there. Do something like that. And these don't need to be perfect. It's gonna be barely noticeable anyway, but adding them is just gonna make everything look a little bit nicer. I think maybe we need to use the thinner one for this one. Take a look. I think it's pretty nice actually. Nah, thinner one. It's just a bit too noticeable. Yeah, I think that's nice. So it's gonna be a little bit softer, the transition from skin to hairs. I'm just gonna surround these hair strands with these soft clumps. Now I'm duplicating and changing the UVs because I don't want to match the curvature again. And again, from going to less transparent to more transparent, you're just gonna create a nice fluffy transition. And that's exactly what we want. We can also kind of add some like ones that break the flow up. It's gonna create a more noisy looking effect, which is good because we have a lot of noise going on here. Just make sure that the roots are looking good. You can see how much time we're spending on doing these soft baby transitional hairs. Because I think they're super important. Let's see, we can stick some to begin earlier. I mean later. Just stick them in there. It's important that these are gonna be clumping to once though. So like that. Another one here. And while we're doing this, I do want to say this like really detailed high poly hair. Like this will be a hairstyle for a hero character. This is not gonna be like an NPC hairstyle. Because the poly count is too high for that and the alpha overdrawn, all that stuff. Just get some hair roots in there. With all those curves. Let's take a look how it looks. So this before all those soft blending hairs. And this now. You can see that we're starting to get closer to this noisy, fluffy looking hair. I think that looks really nice. You can see how this kind of helps to look more like the reference. I think we can get one more. And really break that stuff up. And you do want to make sure that's all gonna clump together though. And I think we can use like a lot more noise going here. Let's get this one. Make a duplicate. Let's call this one middle noise. Gonna make this a little bit thicker. Let's get like some clumps that stick out and curve. Maybe like that. And that looks really ugly. Think like that could work. See how it's starting to look more noisy, which is good. This looks a bit awkward though. Let's just go ahead and fill that empty space up. That's gonna make it more noisy as well, which is nice. And I know we're doing like a lot of depth stuff, but that's because I want it to be like right here, which shouldn't be able to really see through it. And then these, let me make a drawing. Like these, I want these to be three-dimensional, and we put them in, but they should be pretty invisible, like thick ones. Then we have all this here. These should be really see-through, and that's gonna create a lot of detail. Then here we have this other one, and that should be a little bit less see-through. And that's what we're doing here, just by placing more cards. And then I'm trying to blend that in nicely. Let's give that a try. Okay, that's starting to look nicely. Yeah, you can see how noisy but transparent it looks now. That's good. I think it's a bit too much open space here. Let's move this a little bit and put a new one. And that fills it up nicely. So, see the total damage on the poly count. Got 5k on fluffy hairs. It's not too bad, but it's still quite a lot. If we would have done that other card a bit better, we could have easily had like 3k, which is a more normal amount. But let's see how much difference this stuff makes. If we take this and let's move it out. And for this I'm gonna make a screenshot. Because I really wanna empathize on how much these cards add to realism. So as you can tell, they add so much to it. Like if we just compare to how actual hair is, this nice soft transition. You can see how much more realistic the hair becomes. Of course this is gonna come with poly count increase and alpha overdraw increase. But I definitely think it's worth it to add it. Like if we go back to this one from Janssen. Without the fluffiness, you see that we have like a similar look, but it looks nice, but it's just not there all the way. And then if we add like the fluffy hairs, it's gonna just look a bit better. It's gonna be a bit more realistic. So I definitely think it's worth all the poly count that we're adding to this. And also when you like twist around it, just adds a lot of nice depth. The only thing that we're still missing is some breakup in it, which we will generate with the X-Gen. It's gonna be the next step. Gonna add some nice breakup and we're gonna generate that. And actually I do think we can like push these hairs to be a little bit thicker. So we can go to Fiber Shop Design. So I think we can make them a little bit more pronounced. Change the thickness to like 0.8, 0.75. We can't, let's put that 7. That's the nice thing about Fiber Shop. Everything's so easy to edit. Now just export. Let's see it. Yeah, I think that's a little bit better. Just a bit more pronounced. And I think for these ones at the top, we should move them all up a little bit. Just select them. Something more like that. That's just gonna have a little bit less of empty space here in between. Yeah, that looks better. Let's see, before we're gonna break this up and generate stuff, I do wanna go back to work on the ponytail. Because the ponytail could use more work now. So the first thing, let's make this thing a little bit longer. Let's go ahead and hide all the main hair. So I think it's these two curves. And that's right. So let's go and make that curve longer. Sometimes it goes a bit difficult because my mouse is messed up. Maybe try something like this. I think we can move it in a little bit. So, yeah, a little bit out. I think this is gonna look more natural. Yeah, that looks a lot better actually. Wow. Just to show the difference. Remember, put the envelope on 0. You can see how drastic that difference is. Let's put this on one. Select those curves again. So to delete the history, let's add that here. Just check that everything's still working. Let's get rid of these, I think they're not working well. Let's see, that's 32. So instead of deleting all of them, we can just select them. And we can see these clumps. And now let's make a save before. So this had 20. I'm just gonna unbind it. Now we have all this stuff here. Let's just go ahead and delete that. It's not working as I'd expect it to. Go ahead and undo. Let's see. So we have a cover. We have these clumps. Undo. And we undid a little bit too much. Okay, so the way we do this is we select all these curves, then we hit unbind, and then we hit arrow key up, then delete. Now we still have all the curves that we carefully laid out. So let's do a new export and just kind of see how it looks without those ones. So you can see we have too much empty space again. But I want to fill them up with ones that are thinner. So now let's just get a hair sheet. Let's take a look at the clumps that we have. I think we could fill them up with ones like these, actually. Just look for one that's nice. I think I'm gonna go with this one. then duplicate. Now I think we can just move it out. Just gonna solo for these. I think we can just hit one and then hit bind. You can see that we have it binded now to this new one. So let's see how many we have. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just take this one, edit duplicate special, and make 9 new ones. Something went wrong there. Let me try deleting the history on them. Check out the naming. Nah, and that makes sense. We're just duplicating the curve along. So take the whole group. Make a pivot. That doesn't work. Edit, duplicate, special. Actually, let's just go ahead and do it by hand. I think it's gonna be faster. So that makes 10. Now just start binding them. And I hope this one will work, otherwise we're gonna have to do some new textures, I think. Oh, maybe a new clump. So here is a new one. Go ahead and group that all together. I think these are not gonna work. Looking at them like this, these are really thin. But let's go ahead and give it a try anyway. Yeah, like that doesn't do anything at all. gonna undo this. I'm just gonna delete these curves. Let's take a look at a hash sheet. Let's go ahead and make this one thinner. Move it here. Send out a little bit more. This just so we can make a new card. So like this. Now, of course, we gotta fix these. They don't seem to be different, which is weird. Let's take a look. No, they are. You can see that they're quite different, actually. I'm not sure why the UV editor won't open. Let's go ahead and close this one. Let's try reloading. Yeah, that worked. Go with this one. Now let's select all the other ones and transfer. So now we have some space free on our textures to make new ones. But actually, let's take a look if we cannot use some other ones. Because I do want to keep some space for the fly away, maybe. I think we could work with... I tried it early with these ones, but didn't work. Maybe this one. I think we can just use this one actually. Let me try something. Let's take this one and let's get our things back. 40 options, use. Use only numbers. So this one should be 32. I think if we scale it up like this a bit, and let's edit, geometry edit. Now we can just go ahead and get rid of a bunch of this. I'm gonna make a new save. Now if we unbind this, okay, then we just go here and we bind it again. And I think that worked. Let me quickly check the UVs on that. So UV editor. Nope. Didn't work. See what happens. So we got this deleted. Check the UV. That looks fine. Toggle geometry edit. Now unbind. Now let's see what happens. I think that fixes the UVs automatically. Yeah. So this on 32. That's gonna get too complicated like this. Let's just undo. Now here we have a thingy. We should be able to edit this fine, yeah. We're just gonna have some extra curve at the top. That's fine. Just gonna place the pivot right there. Go ahead and make everything of the tail the same color. Let's go with white. Maybe brown. This one white. This is just gonna make it a little bit easier to see where we have empty spaces. Make sure we're not showing curves. And this one should be. Let's also go ahead and gonna mess around with the tips a little bit. Just want to be able to clearly see what the tips are for now. Let's go ahead and make them like blue. This is actually pretty cool looking. But now we can kind of match that height here. So let's go ahead and start placing our fills. Let's begin with the worst place, that's over here. Maybe I delete a little bit too much geometry earlier. I think it's okay. Let's see. Let's try to get a point like right there. Being a little bit weird to edit now. So to move it up, we just gotta move it with the curve. And then to move it down, it should work fine with the points. The only thing I really care about is filling up that empty space we have now. And some nice flow, of course. So yeah, I think that's fine. Go ahead and get rid of the blue color. I think we can use a little bit more saturation. You can just do it in the main camera, just bump the saturation. It's actually the neutral one. That up. So here's the next really empty space. Just try to make it blend in nicely. I think that's okay. I think we can just one more here. I think that should be good. Actually, one more time. And again, we already did this with different cards, but as you work more and more on the hair and the textures, you start seeing things that just don't look good anymore. And it's important to not get attached to anything that you did. Just go in and redo one layer, or how many layers you need to redo. It's also good because you're experimenting and you're just seeing, hey, is this thing gonna work? And if it doesn't work, just quickly change it again. I think we can put one there actually. Like right here. I think that clipping doesn't look too bad. I prefer to have clipping than the straight line. Because clipping can blend in pretty well sometimes. But a straight line is never gonna look natural. I'm just trying to make those look a little bit different from each other. I think something like this maybe. And we're not quite sure if I like these. I think it's looking better than before, but with different color tips. I'm not sure if the tips are well. It's okay, actually, I think. Because hair can have different lengths for a bit. We're kinda getting this effect already where we have some hair sticking out. So that's good. Yeah, I think it's okay like this. Go really quickly and take a better look at the tips. I think she's not started quite early. I don't think any still too high. We definitely deleted much geometry early. I think okay. But like here it's really pretty nice. That's okay, so we have the base cards also in here. I'll make a little bit. So I think the ponytail's in a pretty good place right now. I think we can add like some of these spikes, right, that are coming out. And let's see. Should do this with a clump. Let's get a hair sheet. Let's see if we have one like that. Nope. Let's make one. And I think we can use these ones. But you make one with like the hairs really clumped at the end and one where it's like spread out. And I think for the really clumped one, this is gonna work nicely. Just kind of look into our cards. For the spread out one, this one maybe. So I think like that works pretty well. A little bit less profile. So that's a pretty nice one. I'm just trying to get a nice clump at the end. And I think that works. It's a little bit too thick. So like that. Now again, it's important to kind of make this one a little bit nicer. So have like the end split here. That's okay. And let's do one of this curve. This one's just gonna be like to bring some noise in the clump. So I think that works pretty well. Maybe we can also bring over this one, duplicate it, just to soften out the sides. So yeah, I think that's pretty nice. I think it looks pretty well like this. That's gonna be like this one, and later we can add like new splits to them with cards, just so we have more variety. And as we did earlier, let's see if we can create some randomized clumps from this. But I'm not sure if this one, if it will work. I had to make this all brown. It's just a better color to prefuse stuff in. Actually, that seems to be working quite nice. Keep the Z disabled. And that was a big mistake. Oh, the undo is working fine. Nice. Let's try the last one again. I think these are all terrible. I think that one, yeah, that one works. So that's still pretty good. We have one. Does it work? Nah. Let's just keep one. It's better to have just the same one over and over again than some randomized bad ones. But again, it never hurts to try, right? I feel like it looked a little bit different earlier. Hold on. Just get this one in. I want to have the end split a little bit better. Yeah, I got it. So let's put this one on 33. Let's call this spikes. Let's give this one a different name. Clumped end. Go ahead and make all these brown. This one white. And I'm just doing this one here now. Again, reference on my second screen. And I think this delay that's gonna really make the ponytail pop. Because this is gonna break it up and make it a lot less boring. Because right now we have a boring looking ponytail. We can leave some empty space in here, it's only good. Nicely break all that flow up that we made earlier. Of course you do want to follow it here at the roots. Just like the breakup, have it lay on top. Let's hide the hair sheet. Let's take a look how this looks. And that doesn't change anything. So make sure we put in the hair group. And yeah, that's nice. You can see how much breakup that adds. I think we can make it a little bit thicker though. Maybe 1.5. Yeah, sweet. We do still need to work a bit on some of these. These are really thick. It's actually... What is that we're seeing? I'm not sure actually. It's this card over here, I think. Maybe it's the breakup. 32. Nah. Still those wants to fill up the empty space. Let's just leave them for now and see what happens when we add the noise and all that stuff. I think the bass could also use a little bit of work there. That's an easy edit, so let's do that right now. A bit less. Density and some curl. Start with some noise. Some curl. Yeah, I think that looks a little bit nicer. Everything's just a little bit softer now because it's less dense. I think this became a little bit too thick. I think the thickness worked well from the front, but the side. So maybe 1.25. 1.2. I think 1.2 is gonna do it. So yeah, that works. As you can see, the ponytail's also like getting some nice shape now. Like it's breaking up. Before we had this really boring silhouette like this. Now it's just being a bit more realistic. I'm just gonna place a bunch of these. And I guess to stuff like this, there isn't really a rule, just break up your flow. Guess the only rule is follow gravity. And for this I'm trying to like break up the boring shape and add these nice spikes. Just reset the tool and that's how you fix that. This is one of those fun layers that you just make it look nice and interesting, and you can just kind of go in them and have them stick out. I think like that's pretty nice. Maybe follow that flow there. Break up the silhouette. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Let's also go ahead and put some here down to break this. Right now we have this really uniformal shape. We have a little bit of break up here, but gonna need a lot more. And actually, let me try something new. What if we just... first let's straighten this thing out. I'm not sure if this will work. I haven't tried this before yet. Give it a little bit of an S flow. Go with that. And let's just place them in the hair. Straighten this out. So now we have 5 really boring looking hair clumps here. But let's try selecting them and see if we mess around with randomizing them. So we can get some cool stuff. We should lock that one as well. Try rebuilding. A little bit less. I guess it kind of works. Now we can just come in by hand and edit that stuff. Again, you can go pretty crazy with these shapes. Yeah. Maybe if we... yeah, that works. And actually not you can go pretty crazy. You should go pretty crazy. So we can make the ponytail look interesting. Because it's a pretty messy hairdo with all the neck hairs. And we're gonna add a lot of noise. Some nice shapes to the silhouette. And I think this one's pretty nice to break up here. Just repeat that effect. You want to be careful that doesn't look too similar to what we have there. Then the point of breaking things up is gonna be lost. I think we have a little spot here for another one. And I think this side could use some more breakup. If we look at it from here, we only have this one spike. Just trying to break that symmetry up a little bit. And maybe we can make these two clump together here. Need a spike going out of here as well. I think we have two, yeah. Go ahead and delete the one we didn't edit. Let's do an export and see how all that stuff looks. So yeah, that's nice. You can see it's getting really nice and messy and a bit more soft and fluffy. I think this card over here is bothering me. I think that's a base card. Nope. It's a breakup. 31. Yes, the breakup. But we cannot edit those because they share it with the main cards, with the main hairstyle. Now I do want to have some that are a little bit more extreme, like here we have this really big spike. Now we just have like some subtle noise. So, do a quick check up on poly count. Yeah, this thing's a pretty high poly. I think we can push the thickness a little bit. 1.3. Yeah, that's just gonna justify the poly count a little bit more. So let's do a few really big ones. And again, if you're like doing one that's less important, a hairstyle, the poly count is more important for you. So go ahead and hide these curves. Like we put a lot of poly count on this by having these subtle small hairs. You could get rid of that and like put the poly count in half. And we could have less segments. But again, I'm not too worried about poly count. Mostly worried about getting something that looks really nice. A good example of like different poly counts. Like usually if you're doing like an open world thing, like a hairstyle would for this would be like 10k would be fine. But let's say we have Horizon Zero Dawn and we do the half Aloy, that thing has like 120,000 I think. So it just depends on your project. Go for this one here first. From this side. So this is a pretty crazy. Straighten it out a little bit. Let's take a look how that looks. Doesn't look quite right. I think it's out a little bit too far. Let's make this curve like this. And we can move this a bit like this. I think that's gonna look a little bit more natural maybe. See see what looks good for here. Yeah, that looks about right. So I think that works. I think the ends should be clumping. Yeah, let's try to make those ends clump together better. We can just geometry edit. This is gonna be a little difficult to see what we're actually doing. Get rid of that curve. See how that looks. That looks worse. So we should have these ones. I think we should, yeah, these ones should be clumping. This one, I think. So yeah, now we have a nice clump. Let's get a few of these. So let's get one. That's, yeah, we need a little bit more noise here. Let's break that one up. So break that up a little bit. Do the same here. Maybe one more down here. I think that's okay. I think this one's a little bit weird. And some awkward curvature. Like we have this whip shape. That looks better. I think this one sticks out a little bit too much. And I want to have one on the other side as well. To make sure that they're not completely symmetrical though. Yeah, I think that's pointing too much in the same direction. Now let's do one more with like really split up ends. These are all like clumped together, right? So we're gonna make some transition hairs now. These are gonna be placed here and here. As you can see, we need to fill this up a little bit. And we're also gonna make some thin ones for here. So let's place them down here. I think it's a good place. I'm gonna start for these. Get rid of all this stuff. I don't want to use any depth. See, that's good. Start off with a new one. This should be quite thin. Remember this area first, together with this. Something like that. I'm gonna make sure that I blend in really softly. Give them a bit of a clump. Let's give this another try. No, something's wrong. Not that far. I think we did PNG again. Yeah. It's a triangulation. Making it look weird. I love that. Yeah, that's better. So let's call this one 11 transition as make them red, blue, orange. These need to cover the scalp area between these clumps and all these base cards. We done this stuff. It's gonna be a little bit easy to see. So just like that. Try to get as close as you can to the skull. So you can see a lot. I think we should have a little bit more density though, but let's take a look. So yeah, it's a little bit, and that's pretty good actually. Maybe a little bit more density, but later on. Doesn't hide everything. Let's take a look now. We have some more. So yeah, that's nice. These are gonna be really cheap, right? Only 2 tries each. Maybe we can make them all a little bit longer. This one a little bit back. You can see them right there. I think we can make them a little bit thicker or more dense. that doesn't work. Can add 1 day of depth. Nah. Maybe 2. Let's take a look. I do not want a depth, actually. Depth. Make them a little bit thicker. Now let's do this part. This can help a lot. You could also, instead of using haircuts, could paint this on your albedo texture. It's just what you prefer to do. But I like to just do everything with cards. So we can edit the hair colors and all that really easy, without having to go back to the albedo and adjusting that as well. Because that's just kinda annoying in my opinion. Try to match the curvature. Let's bring this one. Perfect. Just gonna try to create a nice average between these two. Let's do one more just to kind of blend that out. Maybe like that. So before. And after, you can see how much that helps, and they look really nice and soft.